Hello everyone and welcome to the Fancast YouTube channel. I'm Dan Hughes, not Danny Murphy, and this season I'm doing a new feature called FIFA Agree. I'll be previewing Wolves' next game with one of our opponents, taking a trip down memory lane, going over former games, talking about former players, and then most importantly, having a game of FIFA 21 on the PlayStation against them. So let's go, see who we're playing this week. Hi everyone and welcome back to the latest episode of FIFA Fancast Great. This week I'm joined by Wolves' next opponents, Deka Petrie from the Gallowgate Shots YouTube channel. How you going, Deka?
I'm good, mate. How's you, Dan? You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. You're a dishy character, aren't you? I mean,
yeah,
I've got a cap on for a reason. You're a dishy character, mate.
Yeah, well done. Good pun, that.
So just getting quickly to it. If I said to you at the start of the season that after 5 games you'd be above Man City, level with points of Man City and above Man United, and you're in the quarterfinal of the League Cup, you'd be ecstatic, no?
Yes. Now, the way you put it like that, yeah, of course. The teams you've mentioned there, if you said we were above them, I probably would have thought would be top, or maybe top 4.
I mean, we'll ignore that they've got a game in hand on you, but still,
yeah.
It's a good position to be in. I mean, I don't want to force you to say you're in a relegation battle, but you are breaking away from that area quite comfortably at the moment.
It might look like that on the outside, but I think if you speak to any Newcastle fan, which no doubt we're going to now, it doesn't feel that way for us. More so down to the performances and the style of play that we have been producing. It's been so poor and so awful to watch. We feel like the position we're in, as you mentioned, above these teams, we're in the League Cup quarter-final. We should be really pleased and looking forward to the season ahead, but we're not. We're just not. It feels more like a fake position, to be honest.
So, in the hindsight of Newcastle spending £35 million, which I know anything financial based with Mike Ashley's going to annoy you, do you think they've spent that money well?
I do, yes. I think the window's been very good. Well, when I say very good, I mean for how we are in how normally we do business. We've really strengthened in some of the key areas. I mean, just to touch on a few, if you think we spent £40 million on Joe Linton, it's turned out to be, you could say, a disaster, certainly in regards to top end of the field. I was thrilled to get Callum Wilson in. I think he's a great player. Obviously, seeing coming in the season before, he's just unbelievable player, a very exciting player. We're getting Fraser in. We've strengthened at left back, which we needed to. Well, Lewis, I think Lewis looks a decent player. So, the individuals that we've got in, I think every single fan was happy with. We did want more, but I think every fan is the same, right? You're probably the same, that no matter how good the business is you do, you always want more. But based on how bad Mike Ashley generally is and how bad our transfer windows normally are, this one was quite a success.
I think I sort of agree with what you're saying there with the way that Newcastle have been in recent years and Ashley scrimping and whatnot. They have been some shrewd signings. I do like Callum Wilson. If he can stay injury-free, I think his goals alone will keep you comfy in mid-table for the rest of the season. If you can get him and Ryan Fraserino linking up, then I don't see why you can't push top half if them two can get clicking like they did at Bournemouth the previous season before last.
I think, again, I mean, the problem that we have at the minute is Bruce doesn't seem to want to play them. That's the issue that we seem to be facing.
Do you not think Ryan Fraser still may be lacking a bit of match fitness after how many months he's been lacking games?
Possibly. He's still playing internationally at the moment, so he played midweek, just gone there.
You could play for Scotland now, couldn't we?
Well, true, yeah. I still think, he's been training all the time. He's been playing cameo roles for us. He's been playing for Scotland. The guy, from what he's saying, seems to be itching and ready to go. But for some reason, Bruce won't play him. And one of my favourite players, personally, is Almiron. I'm a massive fan of Miggy. I just love him. Love his work rate. Love everything about him. Love the way he plays the game. And Bruce just does not fancy him for some reason. He just won't start him. And we keep playing 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1. We did it against Man United. And it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. Everyone's, if you ask any Newcastle fan, the formation that we want to play is we want to play, obviously Wilson up front in his own, and the three behind we want Fraser, Miggy, and St. Maximum. That's the front four that we want. And I feel if
it would be in between those, you've got sort of Shelby and Hendrick, or
I wouldn't play Hendrick ever. No.
Has he not taken to Newcastle very well then? Or?
Well, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I mean, what I will say, the first game of the season we played West Ham away, he scored a rake out of a goal, looked pretty comfortable. We've been playing him right midfield. For me, he's not fast enough to play right midfield. No. He's not quick enough. He played more central against Man United, and he looked an absolute passenger the whole game. So slow, so pedestrian almost. The two players that would probably play is Shelby and Hayden. They're the two that would play.
Very underrated. Isaac Hayden is very underrated.
I think every Newcastle fan really does highly rate him. Obviously, he doesn't do much on the ball. Don't get us wrong, but he's one of them. Protects the back four, strong in his tackle, does the easy thing well. Got a good engine on him. So it will probably be Shelby and Hayden would be the two that would maybe sit there in midfield. But the front four, just to come back to what you've just said before there, if Fraser and Wilson click and Wilson stays fit, you were just saying you think maybe 10th, maybe top half even. Yeah. We kind of believe that to a degree if we played that front four, but we haven't seen it yet. He just doesn't play it. So
I think it all boils down to maybe Bruce not wanting to get beat first and trying to win a game, which I think that's the role that he's taken on at most clubs. Don't get beat first and try and win second.
Well, I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, every game that I watch, it seems to be, it's always the case of how is the opposition going to hurt us? Not how can we hurt them? It's always the negative side of the game of, oh shit, he's good, so I better do this or I better do that. With the most boring, well, you've probably seen the stats, right? We've played the most long balls in the Premier League of any team. Well, goalkeepers had the most saves to make in the entire league. Yeah. So whatever it is he's trying to do, it's not working. And that's why I feel that if he stays in charge and we'll carry on the way we're doing, then we're going to be in big trouble this season.
Yeah. He has got the artillery going forwards to make it an easier course of action from avoiding relegation if he wants to go that route. But like I just said, I think his goal 90% of the time is to try and not get beat in a match and try and nick a 1-0 off on a set piece or just some lucky piece of special skill like from, say, Maximum or Almiron.
Absolutely.
It's a bit disappointing because I do like Newcastle, obviously a massive club.
Obviously we look at how yous are doing. Of course, everyone looks at every other team, and to see how yous are progressing as a football club and what yous are achieving and how yous are playing, and it's night and day compared to where we are. Do you know what I mean? That's how we feel, and it's it gets to you, like, do you know what I mean? It gets to you when you love the club as much as I do and our fans do. Obviously we kind of go to the games at the minute, and it would be interesting if we could go to the game, just what the atmosphere would be like, to be honest.
I think going back to that point, towards that sort of after lockdown, I feel Wolves would have got into that top 6 if we had the fans in at Molineux, and then it still sort of boils me at times that I wonder what effect Wolves fans would have had again in the Sevilla game in Europe. Mm-hmm. Well, no, we only lost 1-0 and we were sort of backs to the wall for the match, but having the fans in the ground to kick them on a bit more, who knows what would have happened.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah,
I've been to Molineux before, and the fans are very, very aggressive. Very tenacious. Get behind the team. Like, so it's you're right in what you say. Could have played a difference.
I think, yeah. I mean, you look at a few teams, like Sheffield United, for instance. I think without their fans, I think they're starting to struggle now.
Yep.
And
absolutely right.
Referencing to you being an hour away end, what an awful away end that is. What an awful away end to try and get a song going. It's good for the
I bet you're out of breath by the time you get to the top anyway, right?
Well, yeah. No, I'm talking about the Wolves away end.
Oh, sorry, mate. Apologise. Sorry there. Sorry, guys.
No, the Wolves away end, because it's like just low tiered and just wide.
Yeah.
One end's making a song, and by the time it's reached down the other end, you can never really get anything going in the Wolves away end. So I don't really.
Sorry, I thought you meant our end, because our away fans are putting the gods like.
Yeah, I've been 3 times. I mean, I'm only 5'3". So imagine walking up them stairs. It feels like Kilimanjaro once you get to the top.
It's not easy. Like, it's not easy.
So I think we've sort of gone over it into a degree, but who should Wolves fans be wary of come Sunday, apart from the discount Adama Traore, Alan St. Maximin?
Careful.
I mean, I couldn't. I don't know how much truth there is. I mean, I really rate the guy. I like a direct winger who isn't afraid to run at a fullback. But this could go back to Mike Ashley again. If there's any truth that his wage has been increased to 70 grand a week, his agent needs sacking, because he should be on more than that in the current rate of Premier League wages for the talent that he is.
I totally agree with you. I mean, there was rumours that he was only on 35 to 40 when he came. See, we've got a very strict wage budget at our place. It's there's not many players over 60, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So now Saints at what we class as the top bracket, which is what Lascelles is on, what Shelby's on. I mean, Saints worth double that. You know, let's be fair. And that's every fan's worry. You know, he signed a 6-year contract, great. But we all worry that some bigger club, you know, that's willing to pay more money, that's more successful, is just going to take him. Of course, that's our biggest worry.
That's the contract situations now. I mean, I'm not sure whether it has been confirmed yet. I think it's imminent that Adama Traore signed a new contract, which will take him to roughly 100 grand a week. But it's just protecting the asset, isn't it, for when a big team does come in?
Of course it is. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's just because there was a little rumour Saint was kind of in the press a little bit. I mean, first of all, what I will say, he's amazing on social media with the fans and stuff like that. The things he puts on is great. His interaction's fantastic. But he put it was like a quote he was in the newspaper, and he had said, like, if the club don't match what I'm feeling, I might be looking elsewhere, and everyone was panicking. And then pretty much within a few days, he signed a new contract. But we all know that within maybe 2 years, if he continues like this, or even maybe 3 if we're lucky, someone's going to come in. You know what I mean? And probably take him away. But sorry to go back to your question. So of course, St. Maxim, you know, that is the player. That is the most exciting player we've got, and the most threatening player. It's a difficult one because I don't know what formation and what style Bruce is going to play. If he plays the way he's been playing, you've only got Saint to worry about because we don't do anything else. I would have to say Callum Wilson, of course. I mean, Wilson he's looked really good leading the line forward. He's quick. He seems to have a bit of a he's quite cocky as well. Do you know what I mean? He's got this sort of, I don't know, this stance that I'm here to score goals and that's what I want to do. And I really like that. He's got a
striker though, isn't it? That arrogance.
Really, yeah, arrogance. Whereas Joe Linton didn't have that. Joe Linton was very much like, well, I'm trying my best, you know, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Whereas Wilson's like, no, I want goals and I'm good enough to get goals. So Wilson definitely is a threat. And if I'm being really honest, that's all I've got. We've got fuck all else. I mean, I'm sorry to say that.
Who's your centre-back pairing at the moment? Is Lascelles available the weekend?
Yeah, so it'll be Lascelles and Fernandez are the two that's been playing. Now, to be fair, it's a position over the last few seasons we've been very blessed at. We've had 5 or 6 good centre-halves.
Is Shaw still injured?
No, Shea's back. But this is me worry, so I will come on to this. So, Shea under Rafa Benitez was amazing. Now, I must admit, he was very, very good. Under Bruce, the entire defence seems to be a lot more weaker. Case in point, I mean, we've been playing what it feels when you watch it, 10 behind the ball, and we'll keep us still having to make 20 saves a game. I mean, I'm not being silly when I say that, but the defence and the whole team's it's just leaking shots at the moment and opportunities. Shea is being predominantly played in defensive midfield. So Hayden's not going to make the Wolves game, I don't believe. So if Hayden doesn't play, I worry that he'll play Shea in centre midfield or defensive midfield, which is a huge concern because he's not disciplined enough for that role. He really doesn't know it. So Shea would be a massive worry if he plays midfield. But the two centre-backs would play as Fernandez and Lascelles. Now, I mean, Lascelles is our captain, you know, and I've got a lot of time for him. But no offence, I've seen the Titanic turn quicker, and the problem we have is when there's a quick player running the team, we're in big trouble. And to a certain degree, Fernandez is quite similar. They're both very slow. Well, centre-back pairings very, very slow. But I do like Fernandez, if I'm honest. I do like him. And then right-back's been a weird position for him because Manquillo's been playing there mostly. And, you know, within reason, he's okay. He's never going to set the world alight, but he's quite solid. But the last game he played Kraft again. He's been playing Kraft right-back, which I'm a bit iffy with that one. And the other worry, as well, I don't know if you watched the Man United game, you might have seen Darlow was limping and Darlow...
Next question. So going back to Carl Darlow, I saw like he tweaked his groin or whatever he did.
Yep.
And then I also saw today that, I mean, this is going back a few years now, but who's your third choice keeper now? Because I saw that Rob Elliott's gone to Gateshead.
Yes, it's Gillespie from, he was released from, someone like Kilmarnock or someone like that. He's the third choice goalkeeper. No, it's not. No, no, no. It's So he's our third choice goalkeeper, and of course, obviously, we don't want him in. No offense to him, but I wouldn't say he's ready yet.
Yeah.
In fairness to Darlow, I must admit, for all I'm being negative here about it at the minute. Really, Darlow has been really good. Like, he's been excellent. He's been put under so much pressure every single game, but honestly, he's been tremendous. So there's obviously, when I watched the Man United game, I thought that's him done for weeks, if I'm honest with you. But apparently, I've been reading today that he's going to make the game. He's going to be all right. So hopefully we will have Darlow in goal, because Dubravka, unfortunately, is still out. Of course, Dubravka's number one choice for her, but so far Darlow's been a pretty good second choice.
Right. So,
I'll tell you honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Right then, Deka. Serious question now. What's your score prediction for the Tamori Ketspire derby the weekend?
Yeah, I used to love Ketspire as well,
Absolutely mad, man. We had bald wigs in the club shop the one year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I think
cool.
he only played about 90% of his season, but he was just balmy, and he never really worked out. I think he scored an absolute cracker on his debut, but never really kicked on from there.
He was a bit of like a cult hero at our place, if I'm honest. He was. Everybody loved him.
Was that before the kicking of the boards or after?
No, before, but obviously after. He went mental that game, because obviously he was pretty much told that Shearer's coming back, so you're out the team, and that's why he got so annoyed. Obviously, that he's been trying his best since he's been away, and he's already been told before he's even fit that actually, by the way, next week you're not playing anyway. So that's why he kicked off and was whacking the boards and all the rest of it. But
still scoring goals for fun, and then this Alan Shearer bloke comes back.
It was he, yeah. So, but the score, God.
I mean, you got to be. Let's take into account the last maybe the last 4 games. I think we've drew 3 of them. Mm-hmm. They've all been tight games. To be honest, the 2 games at Molineux, you've been the better team for both. Last season, Almiron put you in front, and I think
that was a lovely goal. That
lovely goal. We struggled to get into the game. I think Bruce had a setup to stifle us, and I think it worked. The season before, late equaliser, Willy Bolly. I think it was a solid goal. I'm sure you're going to think different.
Do you really think? I
think it's one of them. If it's for your team, you're saying
aye.
It's definitely a goal. I think if it's against you, saying there's a hand on his shoulder, but was there really enough? I mean, Willy Bolly's a big bloke. If he put his hand on my shoulder, I'd go down. But
obviously, I'm going to say it. For me, it was no way that was a goal. I remember even when it went in, I wasn't even worried. I always remember that because I was watching it with my dad at the time, and he was just up in arms going, "Oh, I threw it away again." And I was like, "Dad, don't worry, man. It's fine. That's not going to stand." It did, but it is what it is. I think we're going to be 2-1. I think we're going to be 2-1. I do think if we're Saint and Wilson and stuff, and depends on who he plays, we might cause a threat. But I just don't think we're as solid as what we have been over the last few seasons, which makes you think that you might just sneak it. Like,
yeah, I think it'll be another tight game. I think it'll be a really tight game. I think it all depends on who gets that first goal. I think, like I said, the last 2 games at Molineux, you've got that first goal, and then once you've got that first goal, you have been good at defending a lead.
Yeah, we normally just sit back and stay tight, and try and obviously to hang on to the 1-0. The problem you have is obviously if we score early, which we did that time at your place. I remember last season with Almiron, it's a hell of a long time to sit behind the ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're just inviting pressure. But obviously I would love a point, if I'm honest with you. I think that's the best we could get. But being really honest, I think it'll be 2-1 to yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with that, obviously.
Of course.
A win's a win. So the next section, as we showed in our previous episode, is what I call BFFs. It's not best friends forever. It's beer, fight, FIFA. So I'm going to give you 3 Newcastle players from the past. I want you to tell me who you'd have a beer with, who you'd want to fight, and who you'd have a game of FIFA with. And the 3 players this week are Kevin Nolan, Andy Carroll, and Scott Parker. So who'd you have a beer with, who'd you fight, who'd you have a game of FIFA with?
Well, I'll get it straight. I'm not fighting Andy Carroll, right? So we'll just get that one out of the way. It's hard.
I think if you gave him like a big kick to the leg, he might injure himself. And
no, I'd run a mile probably. I think going for a drink would have to be Andy Carroll. you've probably seen some photos of him slouched in a corner in the middle of Newcastle before. They reckon he's a wild guy when he's out on the town, so 100% I'd go on a drink with Big Andy. Like, the next one's pretty tough. I'm thinking about the fighting one, because I think Parker would be pretty hard, if I'm honest with you. But
he does look hard, considering he's only a slight chap, ain't he?
yeah, I
Like
would
a bit like a Nicky Butt type character.
Yeah. Good shout. Yeah. Obviously he played for us, and he was one of them in midfield where he would just, tackle a wall for you. You know what I mean? Spent most of his time on his arse, just sliding around trying to hurt people. But I'd probably say I'd play FIFA with Nolan, because I wouldn't want to fight Nolan, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to take the chicken option, and I'm going to say I'd fight Parker. So there you go.
So, and then the double bonus question is, who would you rather have a weekend in Benidorm with, Andy Carroll or Faustino Asprilla?
Oh, Faustino Asprilla. There'd be drugs, there'd be women everywhere. So yeah, Faustino Asprilla.
Just doing that handspring somersault all down the Benidorm strip.
All the way down. Yeah, definitely 100%. He's a wild man.
Stopping, just constantly doing that. I mean, it's going back. I mean, I'm 33 now, so going back to like junior school, I used to do that celebration when I was.
Did you?
I mean, I was a lot more agile back then, but that was a proper celebration. That was.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, you'll remember, for me, I'm 36, in the Barcelona game, the 3-2 when he scored a hat trick. For all we're pretty ordinary now, but we've had some decent memories in the past. And likes of Asprilla and them Champions League nights are a big part of that.
I mean, this is another question I wanted to ask, because I don't begrudge me when I say this, but it does seem a bit of a broken record sometimes with Newcastle about being hard done by, especially when you look at your neighbours down the road who are literally on their arse 2 divisions below. I mean, you could be I know, like, you don't want to go, you don't want to get relegated, but you haven't got it as bad as you think. Do you agree? Is that tough to take?
No. Do you know what it is? I think it's a very, very fair point. I think if you'd speak to a lot of fans and they would disagree, but I'm not. I'm probably on the fence with you. All I would say is that as fans at the moment, the one thing we do hate is getting labelled with the remark of we expect too much. The Geordies expect to be top 4. That's bullshit.
Every football fan expects too much to a degree. I mean, Wolves was in League 2 like 5 or 6 years ago, and Wolves fans are sort of moaning. Sometimes some are even questioning Nuno leaving after we fell out the Europa League and didn't make top 6. I mean, I'm a fickle fan. I'll admit it. I'm bipolar when it comes to Wolves. We win 2 games on the bounce. I'm thinking we're going to win the title, lose 2, and I'm thinking, bloody hell, here we go.
Yeah, but I think I'm very much. I can be that way as well. I think
it's passion. It's all about. We're just passionate fans. That's all it boils down to. We just want the best for the club. And like what you said, carry on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. I think for us, how we feel as fans is that there's nothing really to get behind or like hold of anymore. That you see. Like, what is it we're going to be forever? And what we feel under Ashley is that every single season will just be trying to stay in the division. And it wears a bit thin quite quickly, that sort of way of moving forward. It's like it's just constantly every single season, well, we'll see if we'll stay up this year. And I think the other thing as well is the style of football. The style of football is so bad to watch. There's nothing enjoyable other than the odd moment from Saint. There's just nothing there. But I take what you're saying in regards to kind of to go back what you first said about the window. In Ashley's small little bubble, he spent a lot of money this year. And to be fair, last year he spent 40 million on Joe Linton and 20 odd on Saint. So there's 60 odd there. So, that's can he outlay for who we are or what the way we are. But I just think a lot of fans are fed up of just being, oh, well, if we stay up, that's a success. That's how we feel. It's just shit. That's what you feel like.
Yeah, it is tough to take. I mean, all football fans want their owners to spend Man City type money, don't they? But
I think as well, the other thing, what we're really fed up with as well is that other than Rafa, of course, that was a completely different, that was a bit of a fluke how all that happened and we got him, we couldn't believe it. But it's the lessons that haven't been learned. We're just getting dinosaur managers after dinosaur. You go from your Pardew's to then we've getting Steve Bruce, Steve McLaren we've had. It, like, come on, like, let's get somebody fresh in with some new ideas, you know what I mean? And I think the Steve Bruce appointment, as much as I actually think he's probably a canny bloke, I haven't really got anything against him that way. I just think tactically in the way that as football's progressed and moved forward, Steve Bruce hasn't. And it's another appointment that just screams, this is the same old shit we're going to have to get ready for again. That's what it feels.
Just another makeshift manager to keep you up. I mean, would you rather have gone down the Brighton route and giving someone like Graham Potter a chance?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Brighton in regards to their style and their approach. I get a lot of things thrown back at us with that because last season we finished above them, and everyone says currently we're above them. So everyone goes, well, you keep saying Brighton are great, but we finished above them. I still think a lot of that was luck. A lot of it was luck last season. We had some really lucky games, honestly, where we got battered, but we happened to win 1-0. There was some huge rumours from what I know and people inside the club that Arteta got the job before Bruce, but the club wouldn't pay for his staff to come in. They wouldn't pay that amount of money, so that didn't happen. There's now everyone's of course mentioned every week about Eddie Howe because Eddie Howe obviously is out of a job. Would prefer Eddie Howe. For me personally, I just want somebody that's a younger style manager with fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So as you've mentioned, Potter there, that's a good example. That's a good shout. Someone like that just comes in with a new approach.
Right. Okay. So now the even more important question is, because I've asked that many questions now,
That's
how
all
do you think you're going to fare against me on FIFA? What was the first FIFA that you played?
Oh, I had the Mega Drive one. I think it was maybe 94, 95.
94,
David Platt
yeah.
was on the front, I remember,
Yeah.
in an England shirt. And then if I'm honest, I've had every FIFA ever since. Even though in recent years I've actually went to PES a little bit. I played PES a little bit, just it's a little bit more realistic in terms of the game speed and stuff. But yeah, every single year I've played FIFA from Mega Drive all the way up. So, yeah.
Right. So let's go and have a game of FIFA.
All the best.
It's serious when the glasses come out.
Oh, here we go. Game face on.
Right, so we're loading up.
Hello and a warm welcome from the English West Midlands. We find ourselves at Molineux.
I mean, chime in with anything you want to say just to keep the game going and the chat.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah, you keep your eye on him.
Do you think will he start on Saturday? I don't see him start much for you, if I'm honest. He seems to come off the bench a lot.
I said the same to George in the Leeds episode that I didn't think he'd start because I thought Podence and Neto were quite in form at the time.
He's good, isn't he? We were actually linked with him a little bit when Rafa was here when he was at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
But obviously then you got him, But yeah, I would have loved him, to be honest with you. The thought of having him and Saint in the same team would be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wolves were linked to Saint Maximin when there was links at Liverpool coming in for.
Oh, really? Right.
It's like what I said earlier. He's just a discount.
He's an absolute beast, man, isn't he? Like he's just I can't believe how big he is, me.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even do any weights. It's ridiculous. It's all
really? Does he not?
No, he does no weights in the gym. There's
wow.
Loads of quotes out there from like even the Spanish camp. He just doesn't do weights. Yeah,
I really did. I thought he would have been a right, training. Oof, that was a good chance.
The littlest man on the pitch with an header. Bit end to end at the moment.
Yeah, I need to get a little bit more control. I'm really scared of this guy here. What was your thoughts with Jota leaving? Obviously, to go to, were you like as a fan base, were you annoyed by that or?
It is sort of a 50-50 split on the feelings. That me personally, I just thought it was too good of a business deal to not let him go. He wasn't starting for Wolves, and
I see. Right, okay.
I thought with the
the
resurgence of like Neto and Podence, when that sort of money's on the table, it was just too good money not to turn down. I just wish we would have spent the money a bit better. We've spent like £35 million on an 18-year-old, which
chance, yeah. Oh, good bot again.
Going back to what you said, you want to see your owners spending big money, but you don't want to see it spent on potential.
You want something proven.
You want a player that can impact your starting lineup straight away.
That's a poor ball.
Here we go.
Yeah, we'll go.
Come on, Adama.
Poor. Yeah, we're similar to that because obviously we lost Rondon, and he was a huge hit up here. Albeit he was only on loan, but he had a really successful time up here. And when we lost him, obviously when Rafa left, we replaced him with Joe Linton for the biggest transfer ever. 40 million for us is just ridiculous money. And it was on somebody that wasn't proven in any way, and a lot of fans were really annoyed by that. That we didn't go for somebody that already did it in the division or what have you. That's why we're obviously hoping that Wilson will fill that void, really. Oh, what was that? Oh no! He's so fast, man. Good ball.
Podence again.
Oh.
The little man at the back post.
Yedlin doing his normal job at the back post, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this you could have done with John Beresford at the back then.
And old John. He does like speeches and stuff, before kick-off in the games and stuff. Like he goes around the sort of the restaurant parts in the ground and like he'll tell old stories and what have you. That's what he does now.
Do you ever listen to the Under the Cosh podcast?
I don't, but I have heard about it actually. Someone mentioned it today.
He's another good one on that show, John Beresford. Like you said, he's got a good few stories from his his drinking days.
Long stuff. Yeah, he's like he'll have loads from the Ginola days and stuff, and just being out in the town and what have you. Offside? Oh no, huge problems here. Why wouldn't no one go towards him? Oh no, Darlow, what are you doing, Darlow?
Oh, that dodgy groin of Darlow's. We all knew it was a gamble to play in the weekend.
That was absolutely awful, wasn't it? Oh, dear me.
He did say it'd be 2-1.
Yeah, well, I'll be lucky to get through just 2, I think. Yeah,
I might have to start considering shutting up shop in a minute, getting that 3 points.
Well, come on, lads.
I will just make a point for the viewers that Deka is on the alcohol this evening.
Yeah, not enough of the way I'm playing though. I'm going to get really embarrassed here. Why is this just... Well, this is like how we play at the moment. Actually, teams just cut through us if we're not even on the field. Oh, he's absolutely done us there.
Oh, the little man's on fire tonight.
He is, isn't he?
It's going back to like another thing. Like
Fraser.
When we signed Daniel Podence last January, Nuno didn't really make the most of him in that lockdown period and during the Europa, which was a shame, really.
How do you block everything?
That is Wolves. We've got that 5 at the back. We are resilient. We are good at defending, getting those 2 banks of in front of the defence.
Whoa, Shelby,
Raul, sorry.
Oh, Shelby, man.
He's been an absolute godsend coming back into our midfield. Leander Dendoncker, one of the most underrated midfielders in the league for me.
How's Moutinho playing? Is he still...
He's really
magic, is he?
He's really struggled since.
Has he?
Since after lockdown. I think like having those few months.
Oh, it's a foul.
Having those few months without football week in week out, I think his age has started to show a little bit. I think I read something a few years ago where John Terry said when he was out the Chelsea side, I think there was a few like Zoom and a couple of others was playing, and he was giving them a bit more of a chance. He just said once you get to a certain age and not playing week in, week out, the ring rust is just too much to cope with. Yeah,
it makes perfect sense. Right, how about lads? Come on.
He's still the best player I've ever seen in the Wolves shirt, Joe Moutinho. The way I saw him dictate games, control the tempo of games, unreal. You just think,
were you surprised when you got him? Like, was it wow, God, I've got
him?
I
mean, even when they were doing like the Twitter unveilment, I'm like, nah, this is like a prank. It's got to be. And then when they were talking about £5 million for Monaco, it's just what a bargain! £5 million for that guy.
Unreal, yeah. We honestly, all the Newcastle fans were like, "How are them getting him?" You know what I mean? That was kind of our reaction,
So, I mean, as you can see, you've had 61% of the possession. Where'd you go in the second half? There's no Shearer to bring on. There's no Stefan Givars to bring on.
Well, I was going to bring on Big Andy. Like, I think I might. You know, what it is. I think I'm going to do that, even though he doesn't do anything for us now. But Wilson's booked, so I'm going to take Wilson off.
Route 1 Carroll.
I'm going to bring on Carroll, and hopefully I'm going to try and get it out wide, because on this game I feel out wide's where you need to be. Pace, get some crosses in the box, and hopefully Carroll can cause you some trouble.
So let's go.
I need to stop. Well, there's only one man I need to stop for you, really. I feel. Right, come on.
You keep saying that, but I think Daniel Podence is the one you need to get a hold of.
Yeah, fair comment, yeah.
I mean, he's away again.
What are you doing in there, man?
He's away again here. Oh.
Shelby's so slow, isn't he, man?
Yeah. Oh.
Good tackle.
Never.
What?
The Moroccan Maldi, he's pulled it back.
Yeah, right back, yeah. I didn't think it was for that. That is absolutely awful. Longstaff needs a prize.
Oh.
Nice, come on. Let's get it together, lads.
So what's happened to the Longstaff brothers? Are they not a first team player?
I mean, Sean's fell off the earth. I mean, it's quite sad, really. I mean, he was one of the better players, certainly in Arafa, that were hard. No. It's just unbelievable, actually, how his form's dipped. Matty almost left the club. He was, you might know that he came on the scene. He let his contract run down, left technically on a free, and then he's come back again, which is unbelievably strange. But he's not fully fit.
Right. Oh, great tackle.
It was a good tackle, that, yeah. Whoa. This is the problem. Get out to play. Well, cover Lewis, just about. Right, come on, lads. I'm all right until the final third, and then I just literally haven't got a clue.
It's because that away end can't get going. Oh, he's in.
Yeah, Miggy, lad.
There's enough time to get an equaliser as well.
Yeah, well, I said 2-1, so if it finishes this way...
Yeah, to be honest, if it finishes 2-1 now, you get yourself on Sky Bet after the game.
I think I will, mate. I think I will. So that was Scott Parker on the crowd there for a second.
I mean, like I said, Miguel Almiron, he is a talented player. I thought it was a lot of money spent on him, considering that he really done it in the MLS, but he is a talent.
He is. He's honestly, I think everyone loves him in our players. Don't get us wrong, obviously, it took him a while to score, but fans were so on his side because his work rate and what he brought to the team was so important. Yes, he hadn't scored, but certainly in the recent months he had been scoring. That's why I think it's even more of a surprise that Bruce is leaving him out.
It's gone a bit.
Oh, Fraser, careful.
It's gone a bit tense in the Wolves end now. Now that. Oh, chance here. Oh, he's in.
Oh, terrible first touch that. Well done, Shelby. Do you ever do that on FIFA where you actually say well done and actually say the name as if he's really playing? I do it loads, me. I'm like, well done, Shelby.
But you've got to trust these digital heroes. Oh, look at the pace of the kid. Oh, he's done him again.
It, man.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, that'll do it.
Oh.
Options at a premium. Oh, Shelby, man.
That counter attack again.
Yep, this is the problem. That's it, just trying to just hold him up,
Oh, Nelson.
That'll do.
Nelson.
I'm not. I used to online, when I used to play, I used to always get done by that pass. You try and pass it to centre half, and it would go straight to their
100%,
team.
Rushing the game to get started, and
exactly that. Yeah. Whoa, where's he? Oh, I'll do.
He's just too quick. He's quicker than Adama. He is. He's on his own.
Oh, what a save that is! What a save.
Backs against the wall here, Wolves.
Good ball in, Shelby. Oh, no.
Oh, come on, step out.
Oh, there's just no options there.
Might have to...
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm making a game of it now, at least.
Yeah, I might have to bring on Giamatini to steady the ship in a minute. Gotta be.
Oh, another good save. I wanted Almiron to make another move there, but he didn't. Oh, no. This is a big problem.
Oh, that's awful, Neves.
Oh, Shelby, how many times are you going to give the ball away?
Max Kilman, a new 5-year deal today, Wolves fans.
Really, yeah? That's good for you.
Oh, no.
Go on, Saint.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no, I did far too much there. That was stupid. Sometimes you get a bit excited when he gets the ball. I'm just trying to do skill.
He has the same Adama tendencies where he starts to do too much. Here's the little man again.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll do this. Come on, lads. Shelby, don't lose it this time, please. Oh, he's quick as well, isn't he? Right. Oh, that's a foul ref.
Oh, it was a corner ref.
Not much that difference, is it really? Unless he sends him off, that would be nice.
He's disappointed with himself, Nelson, there.
Oh, it's a yellow. It's all right.
Fantasy Premier League people won't like that booking.
Right.
Big chance here. Still
Where's
trying to get a
Callum?
winner as well.
That's a really poor ball. Shelby's been awful. Well done, Lewis.
Step out, Wolves.
He's given it away again. I'll have to take him off. It's a bit late now to do that, really. Should have took him off ages ago.
Go on, Nelson.
Oh, he's off.
Oh.
Just as well as he was in there. Like. Right, come on, lads. Not long to go now. I'm going to have to try and go attacking here. This really might backfire on us.
Oh.
I shouldn't give it to Shelby. He's going to lose it.
Oh,
Good ball, lad. Carroll, surely. How has he missed that?
Oh,
Shelby, make up for yourself. Oh, no. Surely now. Oh, no.
get it out, Wolves.
Get at that. Go on, Saint, do him. Oh, that was unreal, that. Oh, look.
No!
Surely now. Yes. That was a bit scrappy, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Threw it away. I could have done them all on their arses. Big Andy Carroll, the root.
And big Andy, lad. I'll go for a drink with you later.
Book the flights to Benidorm, Andy.
Get in there. Get Tino on the plane.
Oh, no. There's still time for a winner here as well.
I felt it was coming. I did. I felt it was coming. Right, defend now because I've got on. Well then, Shelby, go on.
God.
Oh no, he's gonna. Yes, that's not the best of balls again by Shelby. Like, no, wasn't. Is that out? Is it? I thought it. He's going to penalties. Is it penalties, mate? Or sorry, just a draw. Is it 2-2?
Just a draw.
Because
we'll have a return fixture later on in the season.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, spot on, mate.
I mean, sorry, Wolves fans, I've let us down there. I should have brought Matinho on to close out the game.
Yeah, Andy, lad.
that fighting spirit of the Georges, never say die.
Well, I would be thrilled with a point. I would be absolutely thrilled. But I must admit, if we go 2-0 down on Saturday, we ain't coming back. So.
Right. So, yeah. Thanks for playing tonight, Deka. Really good talking to you.
Thanks for having us on.
As I said, I'll see you again later on the season for the return fixture if you're available.
Spot on.
Nice one.
Well, take care. All the best for Saturday.
And you, pal. See you later.
Take care.